Welcome, you are Up Late Austin. I'm your host, Jake. We have a great show for you tonight. Like you saw in the promo, we have Sheilava here, and we're going to find out a little bit about that name, and it's kind of interesting. But anyway, let's just go ahead and kind of get started. I'm really excited to have you guys out here.
Thanks.
And, you know, I realize I know him from another band, and everybody, you know, with Austin, everybody's in another band, so it's cool to like, there's so many connections, degrees of separation. So anyway, I'll start with you, Sheila, and just kind of tell me, you know, where you grew up. What kind of, you know, people see you playing, but they don't really know much about you, the person. So let's get to know you, and then we'll go to Jason. But where'd you grow up? Like, where were you born? And I know you've kind of been moving around, but where was your childhood?
I have. So I was born in Santa Fe, New Mexico. My parents moved us to Texas when my brother was born, and we grew up in San Antonio. I went to school at the University of Houston, Moore School of Music, go Cougs, and went to University of New Mexico for my master's degree in flute performance.
Dang, you can master in that?
You can master
That's
in
awesome.
that, yeah. And, you know, throughout my collegiate education, I was kind of figuring out what the heck am I going to do with a flute degree. You're either going to teach or you're going to perform.
Right.
And I never saw myself as a teacher, always a performer.
Yeah.
I currently teach now, I love it.
Yeah.
Then I met my husband during orchestra one day, and we ended up moving to Boston to kind of find ourselves.
Yeah.
After he proposed to me, we ended up moving back to Texas,
Nice.
and here we are.
I'm glad you made it back.
Yes.
When you were growing up, like, when was the first? What was the first instrument you played in? Like, at what age?
It was the flute, and
It was the flute,
it was at age 11. I wanted to play the clarinet, but my mom said, "I have a flute, so you can play the flute."
Default.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, and then you played it ever since. There was no break in, like.
No break.
Yeah.
There was a couple moments in my life where I wanted to be a clown, and then I wanted to be a veterinarian, and then I wanted to join the military, and just for whatever reason, flute was always
Those
there.
all, like, I can see all those. They
Yes,
relatable.
they are.
They're all pretty
all
close and
together.
similar.
Part of my
very much
personality.
Awesome. Okay, Jason.
Yes.
What kind of get fiddle harp device you got here?
Well, this is a Nord Electro,
Okay.
and the thing I love about this keyboard is that you can pretty much do any sound, most sounds on it. You know, most of your organs, your pianos, Wurlitzers, or you know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Keyboards all are in this, and you can even do samples from other things, and you can load it into here, and so there's all kinds of things you can do with it. It's very versatile.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear some of that tonight. So let's get to know you.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up? Where were you born?
Well, so I was born in Houston, but we moved after the Great Flood of of '76.
Oh, I heard
yeah.
a joke coming, but you were serious.
There was a great flood. Yeah, no, we moved, and I moved to San Antonio, and that's where we have kind
I
of the
see
San
similar-
Antonio
Yes.
Yeah.
connection. That's kind of where I grew up and got into music.
Was there any influence as a younger child that got you into music, and when did you? Was piano your first?
You know what's
instrument?
funny is it actually was my first instrument when I was about 5.
It's always the gateway.
It is. The piano is sort of-
and then you go off the guitar. You know, but
Yeah.
piano is where you learn your theory. I
Exactly,
guess.
yeah. And so I played piano when I was like 5. They put me in piano lessons, which was fine. Like, but then you had to do scales and everything, and it was just kind of
And
like
you're 5. and-
Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? Actually, but I did get Piano Student of the Month, October
Nice.
1981.
Very proud of you. All right.
That
But
was before I was born.
yes,
folks.
but let's we'll just gloss over that.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was I hated doing recitals, which is ironic
Oh.
because now I love playing in
Right.
front of people. I love playing shows, but I hated doing recitals. And I just remember being very just like, you know, because they're so quiet and everyone's just like,
Staring
you just,
at you.
you just hear this like creaking, like,
Yeah.
you know, people like coughing and stuff. And you're
You
just
can't
like,
hide behind it.
no,
make a
you
mistake.
can't. No, but whereas when you play guitar, you can just play as loud as possible and hopefully it'll sound good.
And only you know when you make a mistake in a rock band.
Right,
And at a recital-
unless you go, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like you just don't
just play it
want
off.
to, just play it off like you don't know what's going on.
Nice.
That's good.
It's not what we do.
And when did you get pretty good at a pretty young age, or did it take a while before
Well-
you really cared about it?
Yeah, it did actually, because once I quit piano lessons, I didn't actually do anything with music till I was in middle school.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then the Monkees was happening right around then with the reunion.
Reunion.
And I got into that, and I got really into the Monkees, and my dad had a guitar lying around. So then I
There you go.
just kind of played around on his acoustic guitar for a little bit, and then got an electric. And so I played guitar for a long, long time. But it's only been recently that I've started to get more back into keyboards again, which has been really good for me, I think.
And I think probably bands need a lot of keyboard players. Let's also talk about, I mean, because I would imagine there's a million guitar players in Austin. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I decided to start playing keys.
You know, and we hear a lot of bass players, and they're like, I actually like guitar, but they needed a bass player, so they become bass players.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other, so we're condensed tonight, just you two.
Yep.
But tell me about the other people in the band and what they do.
Yeah, so well, we started the project kind of as just like a songwriting collaboration, and then we quickly realized that with the kind of stuff that we were doing, we were going to need more players, and so we always wanted to get a real drummer and bass player involved, and so we both met our drummer Mike Krieger
On the same day?
pretty much the same day.
Independently, though?
Yeah,
Yes.
independently.
Oh, wow.
I was looking for a drummer, and there's these great Facebook groups, Austin musicians, whatnot.
Yeah.
And he is known as Austin's greenest drummer, by the way. He takes his entire kit on an electric bike. He built himself
Oh.
to every show.
Dude, you're going to laugh. So when I saw
He's
in your
amazing.
thing, Austin's greenest
Oh.
drummer,
Yeah.
I thought it meant new. Like he's new. He's
Oh no! Oh, he
Okay.
is by no means
No, I
new
know,
in
but
that
that's
way.
funny
Yeah.
that you said, because I was
Yeah.
thinking, what, is he a new guy? Like,
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, gotcha.
And he
He
plays
literally-
in like 6 other bands. He's been around.
Then he's definitely not.
Yeah.
new.
He's
Yeah.
great, yeah. And
But Earthwise, yes.
And then he knew Alex Kane.
Yeah, our bass player. They had been playing together in bands before, which is really great when you get like two guys
Did it
who
already
are
have chemistry?
Yeah,
Yes.
like
They have
they
great
just
chemistry.
locked in. Like
Yeah.
it
They
was
are
really
glue,
good.
for sure. And
Absolutely.
then, just like every band, you have that thing you're missing, and we were just like, we need a master trombonist. So, my husband
Every
was
band
kind of
thinks,
stepped
where am I
in.
going to, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So her husband Mike is like the secret sauce. He throws in the extra.
Yeah, because trombone is not your everyday, you don't hear it a lot. So when you do, it's really impressive. It adds.
Yeah.
You notice,
Adds
you
a
notice
lot.
the
And it
trombone.
Oh, yeah.
adds a lot that he's 6'9", so.
Whoa. Yeah, so he stands out for a few reasons. One is height, and two, what he's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So when did you guys start as the group?
Oh, gosh, I think it was around this time last year.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right, because you got a year anniversary party.
We have our 1-year anniversary this Thursday, March 1st.
And by the way, let's give out the details of that. Where is that?
So that is at the Gotham Room. It's on North I-35, just off of Howard Lane.
Wow, I didn't know there was anything up there for that.
Yes,
Cool.
there's
Was
lots
that
up there.
Yeah.
You just got to go on the highway like 10
Yeah.
minutes. And so we are performing with Kick Action Collective. They have just been an amazing group of people. They've invited us to play on their shows. We're playing with Sky Strickler. He's just like electropop extraordinaire.
amazing piano player from
yeah.
Dallas.
It's just incredible. And we had a couple connections through him, or through our bass player and our drummer. They both played with him at different times. And then last minute, we actually had our headliner back out. So we found Blue Tongue through Kick Action Collective. They are an amazing psych rock band. And we are so thrilled for this
Nice.
lineup.
And that's, what time do you guys go on?
We go on.
We go on at 10, but the show is going to
Correct.
kick off at 8.
Yeah,
Eight.
everybody's
Okay,
going to
so
be there at 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
8
Yeah,
at
the whole thing is
Gotham,
gonna be
and
great
that's
at
up
8.
near Round Rock, Pflugerville?
It's, Pflugerville, but you just get on the highway.
I'll look. It's on
10
your. Is it
miles.
on your website?
It is on our website.
Yeah, there you go. I'll find out. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of the way. You guys intro your songs, and we'll be back about 10:25. So when that's at 25 minutes, I'll be
All
back.
right.
Here we